Hi, and welcome to Wheelnerds. This is episode 219. I'm Chuck.
And I'm Todd.
We're going to be talking about motorcycles.
And you know something, Chuck?
Yes.
Since we're talking about motorcycles, did you know that it's not too far in the future that in cities it's probably going to be illegal to have an internal combustion engine?
That sounds awfully familiar.
It does, yeah. Well, it's one of those things that's been really weighing on me recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like how? Well, you've taken action on it, I'm assuming.
Yes, I have.
What have you done?
I may have ordered a thing.
Pants?
Good guess, but no, I don't really have much use for those.
Damn it. Just
somebody
end my suffering. Just make it happen.
Somebody posted up on our website like Fuel's taking pre-orders. I'm like, oh, and I went and I looked and I was like, oh, this is really cool. This looks really click.
Yeah, that somebody was me.
Yeah. I ordered a Fuel Flow.
You did a pre-order on a Fuel Flow.
I did indeed. Yes.
You did it while I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was on the page, and I'm talking to my wife about it, and then you messaged me like, "Guess what I just did?"
You can do it too. I'm sure they'll take your money too.
Yeah, but I'm afraid to.
In case you chuck it out of existence.
Yeah.
I need you to wait until they've made 15 of them. Okay, at that point, chuck yourself silly.
You get number 15.
I'm number 15. Yes, I was reading on Facebook about number 12 today. Yep, I looked at many colors and I considered it blue, but they have this sort of weird gold bronzy color that just looks fucking hot. So
okay. I like the blue one.
The blue one looks pretty tight too.
I was cool with the blue.
There was a battle. I was back and forth between the blue and the bronze. I ended up going with the bronze. And I've considered since then calling and be like, can I have the blue instead?
Eric's like, I'm literally painting it right now.
I call every week. I'm like, I need to change the color again. Can I have it in red? You said the parts were modular. How modular did you mean? Can I just have the cowling in blue and one in bronze? Hey, thank you.
Hey, why is my phone number blocked?
Guys,
my email's bouncing.
Hello.
Hey.
But yeah,
I hate you so much.
The funny thing about it is I called my wife up afterwards. I'm like, so I just you know how I was saying I was thinking about buying a bike. She's like, yes. And I was like, well, and I looked at all the touring bikes, and that morning, I saw somebody on a new Strom go by. I'm like, God, so fucking nice.
You were so passionate about it.
It'd be so fucking nice to be on a new Strom, and I got thinking about it because I'd ridden the touring bike. I'm just like, when exactly the fuck am I going to use a touring bike right now?
Yeah.
It's wildly, it doesn't make any sense. On the other hand, something I can rip around the city and go for short rides up in the canyons and stuff nearby. Okay. But I'm just not going to go on tours right now. If I have days off, I'm going camping with my kids.
Sure.
So the fuck do I need a touring bike for? So, as much as I'd love to get a Strom, I don't really want to pay for one. And I don't know. I'm kind of not super excited.
Wait. Let me say that back to you. You don't want to pay for a new Strom.
Yes.
But
a fuel. Well, and I like the electric.
Which is more expensive than a new Strom, isn't it?
It's in the same batting area.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty close.
Uh-huh.
Depending on how the Strom is appointed. But yeah, I kept looking at it. I'm like, this just freaking works. I mean, keep in mind, my daily whip is a 200cc scooter.
Right.
And which I love because I don't need all the power in the city. It's easy and it can store all my shit in it without me having to pile extra luggage on it or strap a lot on.
Okay. Since you bring it up, you already have that bike.
Yep.
So why the fuel?
It's cooler. And it's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Yeah. It is, by the way, impossible to say that phrase without immediately following up with that. Even if you don't say it out loud, you're thinking it.
It's electric.
Boogie, woogie, woogie. Yeah.
Now, when electric vehicles have turned up in the past, you have always been the first person in the room to pop up and be like, you know where electricity comes from, right?
A lot of coal.
Yeah.
Although we're starting to turn the corner. Even Utah is under 80% now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking cool. And the trend is firmly in the other direction.
Yeah. I've got solar on my house.
Yeah. Well, and I'm suddenly like, now my roof's got maybe a year left in it. And I'm like, solar panels.
Yeah.
I can have a Buell powered by the sun.
Yeah.
How fucking cool is that?
Then you'll be like Hawkman.
In sun bronze. Yeah. This sounds cool. But honestly, it's like a cooler response to the thing I have a need for that I have a scooter for now. And my wife's like, well, but this will replace the scooter, right? I'm like, yeah. And there's this pause, and she's kind of giving me this funny look, and I'm like, here it fucking comes. Yeah. She's like, unless, I'm riding the scooter. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And if I'm going to have a third bike, the Vespa is the one to have. I'd forgotten to tell her how much the Vespa actually cost me. She's like, yeah, but it's expensive to register. I'm like, yeah, like it's like $60-$70 to register per year.
Right.
She's like, okay, but then insurance. I'm like, yeah, insurance is like $1.20 a month.
It's a scooter.
It's literally under $100 to operate for the entire fucking year.
Yeah, it's a scooter.
It's a scooter.
There's a reason why you see a lot of shitbag scooters being ridden around by not shitbag people. I would ever say that to their faces.
But yeah, there are a lot of shitty scooters being flogged around the city because it doesn't cost anything. I put over 2 gallons in that scooter once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was well.
Did you think there was a hole in the gas tank?
Putting it in was nice because I was finally relieved. But let me tell you, the mile or two up to the gas station were getting really tense.
Yeah, but even if you ran out of gas,
it's true. It's a lot more pushable.
Yeah. Couldn't you just push it with your feet? Just put your feet down and scoot.
Yeah, it's still a couple $100. There's still going to be some swearing. You're still going to. You don't push any motorcycle without in your head going bitch, 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 fuck. But it'd be a lot more pushable than a Strom.
Yeah.
If hypothetically a Strom was to grenade itself at the Redwood exit and have to be pushed across the road into a parking lot.
On all adrenaline.
Yes, on all adrenaline and anger.
Yeah. Lots of hypotheticals.
Loads of hypotheticals. It's a hypothetical universe. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. Like,
so now that you've placed the order, have they told you anything more about timelines? Anything?
No. Okay. I basically got my number, and it's like they're because right now they're hawking the fluid.
Sure.
Which met its Indiegogo, and I believe since then has proceeded to blow the Indiegogo goal away.
Yeah.
I was looking at that too, and I'm kind of like, that seems like a really good price for that bike, actually. I'm just not sure I'm ready to be that unfat. I'm still, a little fat.
You could bicycle to work. It'd be so healthy.
I sure could, and it would be.
Yeah.
Or
I've got this bike, motorcycle thing.
I've got this scooter.
It's got a motor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So nice.
Although it's definitely the bike fixing is in high gear now that it's spring around here.
Mm-hmm.
I rebuilt the Bandit's rear brake, like top to bottom. The master cylinder is the same one. Everything else is all rebuilt.
Nice.
New seals, the whole bit. And of course, I'm having that post-seal thing where you're like, okay, I got the air out now. Go for a ride. Nope. No, they're still on doing shit. Back we go. Pump, 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 pump. Okay, this time for sure. Fuck. No.
Hey, when's your birthday?
In a few months.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Okay. I'm nervous now.
No reason.
Okay.
You'll have to tell me the date, though.
Okay. I'll be sure to.
I already bought your birthday present.
Oh, okay. Should I be frightened?
No, I think you'll really like it. I kind of want to give it to you early. I'm so excited for it. I liked it so much, I bought myself one.
Oh, okay.
We'll have matching ones.
A fluid? That's really nice of you.
What?
You're a good friend, Chuck.
I ain't that good a friend. I ain't that good a friend to nobody. Not even like future time traveling Chuck will pop up and talk to me, and I'll be like, "Sorry, man, you gotta help yourself."
No, sorry, bro.
Flavor Flav's got problems of his own. I did not prepare well for the show.
No. Why do you say that?
Usually, when I prepare for the show, part of it, my routine, is on my way over here. I listen to something funny.
Oh, okay.
Like a podcast or an album
upgrade your funny.
Yep. Instead, I realized as I pulled into your driveway, I've been listening to the Shadow over Innsbridge. The whole way. Oh yeah, the whole way here.
That's all right. I'm just gonna bug my eyes out and make a vaguely like fishy face.
With one of my favorite stories.
Hello, Chuck.
That looks adorable. I just want to pinch your cheeks.
I agree. One of the best, hands down. I know what will get you in a funnier mood.
Oh yeah.
The first and foremost thing that's going to get you in a funny mood: wash bars.
Wash bar. Oh, he looks so angry.
On the Wheelnerds wire from one of our listeners. Wild raccoon moves into German zoo. Keepers can't expel it.
He looks so angry.
He looks super pissed. Berlin. A wild raccoon has moved into the Heidelberg Zoo in Germany, and keepers can't kick him out because apparently their boots don't work. German daily Rhein-Neckar-Zeitung, which is probably a made-up name, reported Friday that zoo staff recently discovered the uninvited guest inside the raccoon enclosure. Wait.
What?
Wait.
How did they know?
There is a raccoon in the raccoon enclosure.
Did they just go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Hans, there are 8.
What? He's coming. It's Heinz's walking song.
That's how everyone walks in Germany.
What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
8? Ah! Why are we counting in English? I don't understand.
So confusing. I'm confused by the raccoons. The newspaper reported that the interloper, nicknamed Friedrich.
No, he was named Adolf.
No, it's definitely Fred. They said nicknamed Fred, but we know it's all Friedrich. Can expect free board and lodgings for life because European Union rules forbid him from being released back into the wild. I see what was fucking going on.
This is why England wants to exit.
He's like, so if I go in here, there's free food. Yeah.
For life.
For life. Yeah. Like I don't have to work for it? No. Okay, but hold on. So they'll give me the food. Yeah.
What's the downside? You cannot walk as far.
So I don't have to go far and I get food.
Yeah. But wait. Fred broke his way in there, which means he could break his way out.
That's true, actually. I hadn't even considered that.
There's actually no shortcomings in Fred.
No door can hold Fred.
and 3 of these other raccoons are girls, so
Fred is coming soon to a shadow economy bike.
Oh no, that's horrible. Read the last of it.
Fred is unlikely to produce offspring, however. EU rules dictate he'll have to be castrated.
Oh God, no.
That's the sound of socialism.
What's the shortcomings? You'll see.
Oh, you wait and see. Sound of a knife sharpening.
Don't worry, it's free of charge. I just keep the tip.
Wild raccoons in Europe are the descendants of animals that escaped from fur farms decades ago.
Oh.
Yeah, the raccoon's actually a New World animal.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're an invasive species in Europe.
Angry invasive
species, including invading zoos, apparently.
Yeah, but apparently they're interesting enough to have an enclosure dedicated to them.
Well, you keep in mind, many of the animals that we have in enclosures, when you're somewhere else, are like,
No, yeah.
Like monkeys.
Yeah.
Go to various other like southern hemisphere places, and you're like, oh my God, there's monkeys, and they're like, and there is also dirt and trees.
Do you want to eat one?
If you're from a place where there's fucking monkeys everywhere, you don't put monkeys in the zoo. You're like, yeah, they're monkeys, and
yeah, like chickens in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's chickens.
Do you want to eat one?
You're thinking of the Southern Zoo. Northern Zoo, you have the little placard, and it tells you about the animal and where it lives. The Southern Zoo,
you all want to eat that?
You have a recipe.
Little recipe cards attached to each one.
You can pull the recipe card off. It's really nice. Great design.
Damn good eating.
There's good
eating.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to something cooler. Chuck, you know what you are missing in your life?
A 2007 Piaggio MP3 250 scooter.
Wow, that's an amazingly good guess.
For $2,000. This is the first time I've seen one used for sale.
Yeah, I don't get the impression people sell them a lot.
I have a 2007 Piaggio MP3 250 I need to sell. It has a custom-made seat that costs $972 to be made, and no one's going to pay you for that.
No.
A custom larger windscreen, heated grips, Piaggio top case, room for 2 helmets, for storage under seat, turn signal indicators on the mirrors, because yay.
Whoopee.
LED lights underneath the scooter. I bought it when it had 10,000 miles and now has a little over 20. It runs great. Fuel injected, has been kept inside the garage the whole time I had it. It does have some cracked plastic on the windshield. Got backed into when it was parked, but other than that, it works great. Comes with a nice scooter cover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he wrote goddamn
so much things and tires and the things. And
he's done. He is really proud of this bike.
He is. He is
trying to get the most out of it.
Mm-hmm.
He wants his top dollar.
But the punchline comes later, Chuck. Start right about here.
It also has cracks and holes on the front back plastic shield where your knees are near, where the parking brake lever is. The previous owner tried to put a cigarette lighter on it, but they didn't know that the bike would hit it when turning, and they took it out. I put one on the top right of the dash and it has been working great. But sadly, I never patched their hole they made.
This is one of my people, clearly. I put a rubber duck in it instead.
Yep. Also, the previous owner had a lot of wires coming off the battery to have a plug to trickle charge the battery and wires for heated jacket, but the battery was a mess. I tried to remove the most I could, but the cover for the battery won't shut all the way, but it is way better.
May or may not contain raccoon.
It runs. Fuck it.
So the funny part is he's talking about making the vinyl decals and stuff. I'm like, why does this sound so familiar? This person this is not the only scooter in this guy's garage.
Yeah.
This
isn't who you bought your Vespa from, is it?
No. But what this is one of the people on Modern Vespa. Yep. So there it is. It's got some holes in it. There's the battery. The battery didn't look too janky. A little janky. Seat cover, boring stuff. Here's a punchline.
Yes.
Take a look. Look closer. What do you notice about this tire?
It's kind of flat.
Kind of square.
Very square.
Someone put a trailer tire on the back.
That good?
No. No, it is not. No.
Why would you do that?
I can't begin to know.
Is it like it'll just last longer like a car tire?
I'm assuming it'll last longer. It'll probably turn like shit, which is a shame because, you've ridden one of these. This thing turns pretty well.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yep. But, so there it is.
Wow, that seat.
That is a custom seat.
That's a custom seat.
Because if you're going to customize a seat for the weirdest looking scooter you can buy, you naturally want one with studs and a concho.
Yeah. That's only natural.
Yes.
Oh, there's a cup holder.
Yeah, it looks cool. I might actually make one of those.
Where's the hole? Oh, there's the hole.
There's the hole. Yep, There's a hole. As advertised.
Yeah, I'm going to put my dick in it. Hold on.
But, for what he's asking, this is not nuts.
Yeah, didn't he want like $2,000?
Yeah, it was like $2,000 for it.
Yeah, that's good.
So if you're in Idaho and want an MP3 and don't mind that, it's seen some shit. The good news is the thing's actually been ridden.
Yeah, 20,000 miles.
Yeah.
And 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I've almost doubled the miles that were on my Vespa when I bought it.
All right.
Didn't take much, in fairness.
That is pretty tempting at $2,000.
Yeah, it's that 250 Piaggio motor, fuel injected. It's a freaking great motor.
Yeah.
For getting around a city, this is pretty bomb.
Yeah.
All right. On we go. This one looks, oh boy. 2004 Big Dog Ridgeback Custom for $10,000. Because when I'm buying bikes from the early 2000s, I'm totally thinking 5 figures. Naturally, there's a picture of a girl on it because that makes sense. I am selling my baby Ridgeback.
Maybe that's the owner. You don't know.
It could be, but why do people want to put themselves in the pictures?
I don't know.
I've never, ever put a person in the picture of one of my bikes that I'm selling, other than like incidental, like a reflection of myself in something and I have no pants on, or like, somebody walking down the street in the background.
Sure.
Sometimes both in the same picture. But you
clearly
take my point.
modeling.
Yes. Yeah. This is clearly a posed picture on the bike. Anyway, it has the S&S 107 motor in accordance with what you would expect from a bike, which is basically stock. Low miles, super customized, very loud Kirker exhaust.
I bet it's low miles.
305 rear tire, which is why it's low miles. Custom sissy bar 2-up seat, grips and pegs, LED lighting over the whole bike. Looks badass at night and blinds other drivers, so they'll hit you. This was a show bike before I bought it because, as you know, shows are always impressed by stock choppers. Always maintained by certified big dog mechanic. For such years as big dog mechanics existed. Text with questions. I will add more pictures tonight. I promise. Yeah, and there's 2 with people in it. You've got one of some lady sitting on it and one of some dude sitting on it.
That's probably the owner.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, it looks like a dude's name. But yeah, like, why? I mean, A, that's way too much money. B, why people in your bike pictures? Nobody wants to see you.
Think about how much heartbreak is behind this bike. Because when this thing rolled off the floor, it was probably like 20, 25 grand.
Yeah, mid to high 20s, I think.
Yeah. And now 10?
Yeah. And?
That's a lot of heartbreak.
Okay.
Have some empathy, man.
I can't. The carp in me has no empathy for such things.
Look, it has 143 views. No one has favorited it.
No one has favorited it. Aww. Aww. Well, yeah. I don't even know what to do with it. I did.
Even the company's gone.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. You can get parts probably.
I guess.
I mean, when you hit your first service interval.
Well, that's why you got to stay at the low miles so you don't hit the 1,000.
Uh-oh. I need a fuel filter.
Okay, get me some cheesecloth, some rubber bands.
Mm-hmm. and a Mountain Dew bottle, and don't ask a lot of questions.
Is it going to look cool? Yeah.
Let's say yes. Let's go with yes. I'm absolutely going to go with yes.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Sure.
It'll look running.
Yeah.
Running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Running.
Ish. Yeah. The between the fact that it's an overpriced old big dog that sat around and probably has gunk in the everything.
15-year-old bike.
Yeah. Nah.
For 10 grand, 11 grand. Because then you got to fucking title and register the thing.
That's true. Yeah. You got to title and register the thing. And then you're going to have to fix all the shit that's wrong with it.
No, it says it's babied.
Yeah, meaning,
and maintained by certified big dog mechanics.
So until such time as there was no such mechanic.
Well, I mean, just because the company goes away doesn't mean the dude instantly forgets everything.
That's true, I suppose.
And if it's a 2004 bike, so it's not like.
Yeah, and it's an S&S motor, so the actual motor internals are pretty like by the numbers.
Yeah,
it's the generic custom motor.
The others.
Mm-hmm. All right. No.
Are those mirrors?
Those are mirrors. Yes, it has the cool guy bladed mirrors.
Yeah.
In case you know that you want everybody to know you're like, hey, I'm a cool guy on a chopper, but I just want you to know I could cut you, Chuck. I might be looking at you in the mirror. I might be getting ready to cut you. Stab, stabbity stab.
Now you're actively cutting me. That's
stab.
Not getting ready.
I'm not cutting. I'm stabbing. Cutting comes later.
Please stop stabbing.
Stab. All right, it's got to be something better. We got to be able to find a good bike.
CBR 600, $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Not a trap.
No.
For sale, great bike.
What do they say about it?
For sale, great bike.
Oh. Okay.
There you go.
Oh.
There it is.
That's very minimalist.
CBR 600, $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Not a trap. Not stolen.
No, certainly not stolen, and certainly not just taken a picture of at the neighbor's house.
Before you stole it.
With the express intention of,
stabbing whoever comes to buy it.
Taking it. Yeah, bring the money. Bring cash.
Pro tip, never take money to someone who giggles like that. Never show up anywhere.
Yeah, I like that they have 3 pictures of it and all of them are shit.
And the color combination is
somebody got this purple and yellow color combo with some sort of like camel decal on it. I don't even know. It's pretty monstrous.
$1,500.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. $1,500. Now, for certain years of CB600 in good shape, yeah, maybe. For other years, no.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions here.
So many questions.
The tires look old and dry. It looks like it probably is not belonging to this person, or they would at least write a sentence about it.
Now,
my favorite part is this. They misspelled the city.
They did. Look at this bike.
Mm-hmm.
And as bad as everything seems,
yeah,
there's still 3 people who want to keep an eye on it versus the big dog.
Yeah, but those 3 people don't have $1,500 cash. Those 3 people are like, hey, my dad won't pay for this. Can I?
Wait.
I really want a CBR 600.
Could any of those 3 be from the shadow economy? Could any of those 3 be a carp?
I don't know. This one doesn't feel good for a carping exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah. This feels sketchy for a carping exercise. Because the carping exercise is all about the person who doesn't know what they're sitting on.
Mm.
You know,
I don't think this person knows what they're sitting on.
I don't think they've ever sat on it, or they tried to, and the neighbor who actually owns it chased them off. Yeah,
while they were taking the pictures.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck are you doing, my bag? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's how it went.
We just don't take it with you. Don't just leave it. You sat on it. It's yours now. I'm free of the curse.
3 people have favorited this thing, and I'm going with all 3 of these people are either are one of 2 things. One is a bottom feeder, but it's somebody who's looking to make a shitty track bike.
Okay. Or a cafe racer.
This is incredibly hard to cafe racer. A lot of shit
act like that
fairing.
has stopped anybody.
Oh, right. Good point. I retract the statement. There are 3 amongst our weaponry. But so yeah, you've got the maybe cafe racer, the aspiring Billy, because he's out there.
Yeah,
aspiring Billy.
Yeah,
and yeah, the people who just want a cheap ass piece of shit that can go
so
flog
cool
at the track, and if they wreck it, they'll be like,
walk away in slow motion.
But it doesn't have a title. You know, I don't actually give a shit. I'm gonna flog it around a track and wreck it,
and then walk away in slow motion.
Walk away.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Mm-mm. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yep. So, CBR 600.
Go destroy it.
For sale, great bike. May, in fact, be mine. Maybe not.
I think that's the episode title. For sale, great bike.
For sale, great bike. Speaking of not a trap.
2019 Motorcycle Awareness License Plate. This is yours.
This is mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Description: we need your help to bring the motorcycle awareness license plate to our roads. We need to collect prepaid orders, blah, blah, fucking blah, 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 blah. Go to thing which is clearly not official.com/getplate and send money.
Sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
The first 500 will be added to a VIP list.
VIP.
And have an opportunity to vote for the logo.
And get a special prize. So to be clear,
nothing.
So to be clear, they are going to sell you a license plate which may or may not exist.
And certainly doesn't exist.
Well, yes, 100% doesn't exist. And vote for the logo. So they're showing you a license plate which does not exist, which is not going to look like it looks here.
Yeah. And that, I like the idea. I wish Utah did this.
It sounds conceptually good, but I'm going to say that sending money to a mysterious site is not the way to go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's probably worth a second look.
I don't even want to click on the site, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm going to get there and like fucking installs like Chinese spyware.
Yeah.
All day and all night.
I hope this is true.
Locals who may know about this, feel free to correct us, but I'm putting my Todd like paranoia sensors are clicking on this one.
You think someone like Sarah or Dale or Nick would mention that this was
we're sort of plugged in
the air,
right?
Yeah.
We're kind of plugged into this scene. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a scent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on.
Hey,
My favorite ad of the week.
Yamaha R6 for $4,000.
Yes.
That sounds okay so far.
Mm-hmm.
The bike is very nice, great condition, no scratches, no problems. I've owned it for 2 years. It does not get out as much as I would like. Going to sell to buy a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly reasonable.
Now, what do you observe about the picture?
Oh, that's a nice looking bike. It's white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an FC6R, which is actually a really well designed, like road sport bike.
Yeah,
like I rode one of these all around the loop in Durango. It's fucking great.
It looks
comfy. It's nice.
Looks good.
Yeah,
looks great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got like I wonder
nice looking tail bag.
Wonder if the tailbag's included.
Yeah,
I hope.
this is like get on it and freaking ride for days.
Yeah.
The only thing I can see wrong with it,
I don't know what could be wrong with it.
I mean, other than the fact there's a scrawny dude in flip flops on it
and a tank top.
Yeah.
And since you can't really see his head, he probably has a backwards cap.
I'm guessing there's a backwards cap. I also note that it appears to be parked in apartment parking.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Next to a big Harley Road Glide.
Yep. That's his dad's bike?
Yes. So I have a theory, Chuck. I'm developing a theory.
Uh-huh.
So look at the body language of the kid sitting on the bike.
Yeah.
Does this say like, I am completely fucking charged about this bike? Or I am posing for a picture now because Dad told me to.
The latter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We check the other picture. We see the same pose. He's like, okay, I'm touching the handlebars now. Like, he didn't even take it off the stand.
Yeah.
He's like sitting on it on the stand like, yep, okay. That's nice, Dad. I'm on it. Thanks. It's great. Wonderful. I'm thinking the person selling it is Dad.
Yeah.
I've owned it for 2 years and it does not get out as much as I would like. That fucking kid. Goddamn kid.
Wants a goddamn truck.
Goddamn kid. No, I think Dad wants a truck. Dad's like, well, fuck you very much then, son.
All right.
I'm getting a truck. Yeah. I'm getting that vibe.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I do. The kid is really channeling the full Billy experience here.
Yeah.
he's jumping in with both feet.
Yeah.
Billy Town.
Yep.
I got my flip flops. Yeah, I mean,
tank top.
I'm gonna sit on it while it's brand new in the parking space and just sit.
And make vroom vroom noise.
He didn't even make vroom vroom noises. He didn't even touching anything. He was making vroom vroom noises. All of his body language. He's just like he's slumped on it. He's like, fine. God. You said you wanted a sport bike, and so I got you one, but it's one you can actually ride, and you can ride this thing like all fucking day, and it's great. You're gonna love it. Kid's like, ugh.
The R's in the wrong place. Ugh. It needs to be an R6R. Geeks R.
You can hear the teenage eye roll in this picture, and it fucking kills me.
Why isn't it a Busa, man?
Because like this is the kind of bike somebody buys you this bike, you're like, Jesus, thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
I would be pretty happy with that.
Pretty
bike.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So,
I would love that bike.
So there it is.
All right.
And people in pictures again.
People in
pictures. The people in pictures tell the story.
No one needs a picture.
Yeah, this one is one where, like, if I was thinking I was going to buy a smaller sport for just dicking around on, this one would be pretty tempting, actually.
Yeah.
It comes with a nice fucking tailbag to boot.
Looks clean.
Oh,
looks immaculate.
Hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Take a picture in your yard. Even the picture in the yard's bad. Billy, I need you to take a picture of that bike in your yard so I can sell it. Fine. God.
That's wrong.
Yep. So very wrong. Like, but huge points to Dad for trying.
Yeah.
But,
not everyone should ride.
Nope. Oh, well. So if you were to buy something like, say, a CBR great bike, or a big dog,
yep,
that you didn't really have a shop for,
and you don't know what to do with,
you'd need somebody to teach you.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on with Steve Noble from Noble Moto, noblemoto.com. Steve, how's it going, man?
That's going pretty good, man. How's it going with you guys?
Oh, things are lovely. Things are super lovely. Other than the waiting. The waiting is the hardest part.
What waiting?
We'll get to that later, Chuck. Actually, listeners have probably already heard that.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, so Steve runs Noble Moto, named after him, but Noble Moto is teaching people how to wrench, which is, you can go look at a YouTube video that's shot on grainy shit in a garage that's badly lit, with a crappy phone camera held in one hand with the thumb over the lens. Or if
it sounds like you're watching snuff videos.
Sometimes it feels like that.
We don't judge. It's okay.
Or you can go, if you're in Cleveland, and look up Steve. So, Steve, tell us about Noble Moto. First of all, how did you get started on teaching people to wrench?
As far as getting started goes, I've been a friend of Brian for a while, who owns Skidmark Garage, and I've kind of been a member on and off. And people ask me questions constantly because I've been working on bikes my entire adult life.
Oh, you're that friend. What must that be like?
Yes, I'm the one everyone calls. I did it professionally for a while. I do it, amateur level. And last fall, I had a discussion with a girl. Long story short, she did not even know how to change oil or check her brakes on her brand new bike. And I asked about, doesn't Skidmark teach that? No, light bulb went off. So it started as just a 101 maintenance course. Like, here's checking your oil, checking your brakes, how to change your oil, change your plugs. All the basic stuff. And then classes have escalated from there. And I have a carburetor class, a brakes class coming up. I have a Harley exhaust install class coming. These are all scheduled. Then in the near future, there's a forks and suspension class. Going to do some driveline stuff with the Harley crowd.
Cool.
Stuff like that. So really, it just kind of became up. I run into a lot of people that want to work on their bike, or maybe they're afraid, or they can't find that good YouTube video. So I give them a hands-on class. And everybody comes to class. Everybody gets their hands dirty. We have bikes here that you will actually wrench on, and you can break them. It's okay.
So this all started because you were hitting on a girl?
No, I'm a happily married man. But it was on a little group ride their friends put us on, and I stopped to just chit chat with her and socialize her about her motorcycle, and mostly because I was interested in buying. No, my wife was there. Oh yeah. And the girl had just started telling me about the problems she had with the bike,
I bet.
And that was it. Kind of it snowballed from there.
Oh, I bet it snowballed.
And the next thing you know, he's helping a whole bunch of dirty motorcyclists put exhausts on their bikes.
Oh, I bet it's dirty.
Oh, yeah.
This backfired horribly.
Burned my pants, set my pant legs on fire.
So, wait, whoa. Let's not go there.
Oh, no.
Let's not talk about being on fire.
That's a sensitive topic.
You may not know this, Steve, but I was on fire.
Oh, I've been on fire a few times. Hopefully you were not seriously on fire.
No, I was on fire.
Oh, that's not good.
In fairness, his pants were on fire.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
My pants protected me. And so did the plastic on the motorcycle.
So now, I noticed that you're kind of all over the place in terms of what you're working on. Because are the classes based upon what people have demand for? I mean, there's the basic stuff, the oil and stuff like that. Suspension is, I don't know, I guess I would put that in the advanced class section of town. Is that because there's a lot of demand, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's, especially here at Skidmark and just in general of, people have leaky fork seals, and then they hear the horror stories about how hard it is to do. And being a pretty capable mechanic myself, I can cover all the branches of it. So the idea is I have classes that are geared towards the beginner. I have a carb class, which I cover cleaning, tuning, sinking, rejetting, even kind of give you some tips on how to make those cone air filters actually make your bike run right.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. It's possible. It's a challenge.
It happened once in Cleveland, as it happened in the year 1972.
It's just a dirty rumor. No one's ever actually seen it happen. But the idea is I have classes for all levels of people. You just take the individual class for whatever works for you. Wherever you're at, or maybe you have a new bike, maybe you switch from metric bikes to Harleys and you want to learn about why they have 3 different oil capacities on the thing and why they have that weird primary drive setup on them. I can teach you that too, or suspension tuning for track days, whatever it might be.
All right. So how much would you say of a given, let's go and wrench class is you actually showing them what to do, and how much of it is you just patting them on the head and being like, it'll be okay. Turn the bolt. It's going to be fine. Just turn it. No, all the way around.
No, turn it the other way. It's tight up. Loosen it.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
And now you're stripped. Yay.
Hey, maybe we'll have a bolt class on fixing strip threads.
Oh, God. Lord.
See,
brutal.
See, everybody's always got that one little area there. I'd say probably about 50-50. The idea is everybody gets their hands dirty. Obviously, the 101 classes, I'm showing them, where the drain plug is and, the ins and outs of removing oil filters. Because people don't know, and that's cool. I'm not, harassing anyone for that or picking on anyone.
Hey, they're actually bothering to learn. More power to them.
Yeah, sure. Then the carb classes, I don't, it's a less of a tutorial about the tools and a little bit more of just how your carbs actually work and, the ins and outs of that. So on all levels, I'd say it's a lot of just, a lot of it's just a positive encouragement. And I tell people at the end of the classes, like, remember, with some overconfidence and a little bit of knowledge, you can fix anything.
And with enough overconfidence, you can fucking break anything.
Oh, yeah. And then you'll learn what not to do.
Note to self, never use torque wrench on drain plug again. Why isn't it clicking? Why did that get so easy?
Just keep pulling it more. It'll click sooner or later.
The day came when it clicked. And it was bad.
When it hit the floor.
Clank.
Like, how many people would you generally say are coming to your classes?
Individually, I usually do 4 to 6 a class. That's 4 to 6 people class, depending on the class and the subject matter. I've had 5 or 6 classes now, a couple 101 classes, carb class, got another carb class coming up. This all started about the first of the year, and it seems to be pretty popular, so I'm pretty happy with it.
That's great.
And you're working in conjunction with Skidmark to get the word out?
Yes, yeah. I basically rent space off Skidmark, and we partner up on everything, and using their social media along with mine to get the word out, and of course just the verbal network that is, the motorcycle world, to let everybody know what's going on here and there. And
Scuzzy podcasts, whatever you can find.
Yeah, Scuzzy podcasts. I started with the lowest rated ones, and I contacted them first.
Well,
wait a minute.
You guys are the second one then, so
We're done here. So, wait, who's lower than us?
Cleveland Moto.
Yeah.
Who?
It's a Moto podcast from Cleveland, I guess. They were local.
Yeah.
Where?
Like he just snuck into their studio and started breathing heavily in the background. They're like, what the fuck is that noise? There's a dude behind the couch. What's going on?
It's pretty close. Like they do it just out of the dealership, and it's pretty close to what happened. I brought beer and they let me in.
When in doubt, you can always bring beer, and podcast will let you in. Or if you go to a podcast roundtable, everybody brings beer, and you have so much beer that you don't know what to do with it, and then everybody's really shit faced, and you wind up at White Cat. Never mind.
This sounds like a great story.
So has anybody shown up to one of your classes with something that just threw you for a loop? Like it's the carb class, and they show up with the fucking 6-barrel from a Valkyrie or something like that.
No Valkyrie carbs yet. I did have one guy in the last class that it was like an 85-ish CM 450, Honda 450, and it had this little air bleed diaphragm on the side, which controlled how fast the diaphragm dropped down and as the needle dropped back down the jet. And then apparently, I had never even seen one of these before. And apparently, the whole goal of the thing is that way when you roll out of the throttle, it doesn't do the da-da-da-da-da and backfire thing. So, there's been a couple.
Tells people you're awesome.
Have you had anyone kind of try to back into the class to get you to fix their bike?
Yes. Not actually coming to the class, though. I get messages on a regular basis like, can I bring my bike and then you watch over me, or will you just fix my bike for me? And no, I don't fix anyone else's bike. And while we will have probably bike-specific classes in the future, I'm not just like a mechanic consultant for rent. The idea is it's a group thing. And, I tell people like with the carb classes, like, take your carbs off, bring them in. We'll work on them. But I'm not just going to be somebody's personal, look over the shoulder and, do it for them. So just to clarify that, to the listeners out there, you can just stop contacting me. I'm not fixing your bike.
but really, my friend told me
it's a really cool bike, and he said you're a really nice guy.
It's got this loud exhaust and Corona. Think of the exposure. Yeah, exposure dollars.
I have a bunch of followers. Just fix my bike for me. Yeah, no.
So many influence.
The motto here at Skidmark is fix it yourself. So, that.
You just point to the wall. You're like,
Actually, yeah, it's like right. Okay, you can't see it, but trust me, it's there.
We'll take your word for it. So what's the coolest thing someone's brought into one of your classes?
I've had one guy brought in some amyl carbs off like a 65-ish Triumph T120.
Wow.
I think T100 or T120. So it's really been stuff like that, kind of just the cool, as you know, bike nerd type stuff.
The oddities.
Yeah, the oddities, Most everyone else has been, semi-newer bikes. One girl had a CB350. She was getting back on the road. That was a pretty cool bike. Lots of Sportsters, stuff like that.
Because no Sportster owner can leave the thing the hell alone.
No, God, no. No, absolutely not.
I think it's against the law,
you have to modify them. Like, that's the whole point of the thing, right? We might have dogs join us on the podcast here shortly.
Is that what that was? Because I thought it was your stomach.
There's 2 dogs running around the shop.
Hi, doggy.
Hello, doggies.
They're very friendly.
So as a mechanically oriented kind of guy, what on a motorcycle, brand specific, year specific, what's the one thing that really pisses you off when you see it?
Oh, when I see it, probably drag pipes and velocity stacks. That would probably be the go-to. Like guys love to do that to their Harleys. So you take something that is nothing but a low-end torque motor and you put performance parts on it that are only for high RPM usage. And then the bike runs like shit, And then they have to rev it up 85 times and, gas it in between each intersection. And don't get me wrong, like I ride a Harley, like I enjoy them, but, just the absolute absurd modifications like that. Or the people take the front brake off and ride on the street. That seems pretty foolish to me.
Who does that?
There's a chopper scene. I'm probably knocking out a lot of people I know right now, but yeah, there's a lot of them running around like ripping down the highway with no front brakes.
Why would you take that off?
To each their own, but
why?
It does look, the front wheel's a little cleaner, but
is the disc still on it?
No, they take that right off. So it's just hub and spoke. Christ. That's probably one of the absurd things, that pisses me off. That's the want to be tough guys, but
they're not still being like, the front brake will kill you.
No, they're just like stopping is for losers.
Yeah, that's my theory. They're like, hey, just engine braking a lot, man. It's cool, fuck society and the rules,
Fuck the rules. I've got 3-inch thick boot soles. I could stop like Fred Flintstone.
I got 2 giant disc brakes and quad piston calipers. It's awesome. I don't know why they aren't into this, but
12 on the front wheel alone.
Yeah.
Pull that fucker down.
Stopping.
Do a stoppy on a Dynaglide. Yeah.
Well, I guess to make the required Harley joke, in order to need brakes, the bike has to go.
Going.
Bike has to run. It's true. Chrome won't get you home.
But apparently they should have.
Oh, I like that. Chrome.
But after you get it towed home, I can teach you how to fix it.
Chrome won't get you home. That should be on a T-shirt.
Absolutely.
Quick, we have to license that before he does.
I'm trying to come up with a rhyme for road cheese.
I'm just get on my phone here.
What do you ride? What do you got?
I have a 05 Harley Super Glide, which is my daily commuter, and then I have a 75 Kawasaki KZ400, which is kind of my cafe scrambler. Those are the 2 at the current moment. There's been numerous sport bikes over the years. Just currently in the Harley groove. Ducati in the future.
How many bike adjacent things do you currently possess? Like a bike that isn't like necessarily all there. Everything but a wheel. Maybe it's an engine just lying around, or this frame is
an
cool.
empty V-Strom frame.
Possibly an empty V-Strom frame. Whatever.
At the moment, I only have I don't have any extra frames, though I have a couple totes full of Kawasaki parts. And I could probably build another Kawasaki KZ in my garage, but if I had a frame for it. Other than that, just some Harley parts. It's kind of a minimal thing right now as far as my own personal collection.
Yeah,
there was more. There were some dirt bikes. There was old GSXR for a while.
Mm-hmm. Do you get some of your fix by helping people with their own bikes, so you don't feel the need to have the garage full of questionable shit?
Yeah, and it's always just like this burden to open the garage door and be like, hey, look, 5 projects I need to work on. So I kind of keep it to my tourer, my vintage bike. My wife rides, so I have her Sportster too, and that's kind of good. And randomly, I get another little cafe project in there. And other than that, it's I've turned a lot of wrenches in my life, so it's fun to teach other people how to do it. I get messages from people. I got a message from one of the former students just the other day about she was super excited. She fixed her or changed her own oil on her Ninja, and she was just super floored over it and right on.
Cool.
to me, it's a lot more rewarding than fixing up. The fixing up the old bike, like it's been there, done that. So kind of looking for new interest in that, in the bike world.
So anything show up that just baffled you? Somebody shows up with a brand new BMW that you need, 3 degrees and a computer to fix up, or any particular oddities there, or are you seeing mostly the kind of the younger folks with the kind of older bikes?
It's mostly probably I wouldn't even say the younger folks with the older bikes. I had this woman who was like a 5'3" grandmother who rode an Indian Chief.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I know, yeah. I was just like, that's the coolest thing ever. She bought a brand new, year-old 16 Indian Chief. I'd say the mass of them are probably the younger crowds. A lot of professionals, who are intelligent, educated people. They just didn't spend years of their life in the garage. They actually went to like college and things. Unlike the rest of us. But they actually went to have a career, and they need somebody to show them what's going on here and there with their bikes.
Sure. So now you're working out of the Skidmark garage, community garage. Do you feel like the community garage thing is on a growth trend? Is it on a downward trend? Is it kind of sideways and complicated? What do you see? What do you observe about it? What are your predictions there?
I can't speak for other cities, but I would say in Cleveland, it's definitely on a growth trend. In Cleveland, it's a middle-sized, large city. But there's definitely been a growth, and we're getting more people from suburbs and stuff like that, and the word's spreading a little bit more. I don't think it's not gonna be the next McDonald's, but I think there's probably a future in it. And honestly, like when I first heard about it, I was a little skeptical as to how many people would be into it. But I've been pleasantly proven wrong that, tons of people are into this, and it's great.
So do you expect that you're going to see more Steve Nobles popping up at other garages around the country? I mean, are you the leading edge of a trend?
There are some other ones out there. I have not actually. There's one at some San Francisco garage, which I believe is actually closing. And then I haven't actually spoken to any of them, but I know of 2 other ones. I reached out to both of them, but I haven't heard anything back from them. They're both kind of going out of business.
This sounds real kind of similar to the stuff Liza's doing at Recycle. Yeah. So.
Yeah, she's got it a little more. She's got more dialed into kind of a franchisee type of shape. So,
if anyone out there was interested, I would be happy to touch base and kind of share, the basic info and stuff. It's all about kind of community over competition, and especially if you're in another city,
You mean you're not going to get someone's not going to send their private jet? They're like, Steve, I have a shitbag old GS 750. I need you. I'm sending my private jet now.
We are like 1 mile from the private jet airport. I will be happy to get on that private jet.
Listeners, take note.
Take note. I know I said I wouldn't fix other bikes, but if there's a private jet involved, I'll fix your bike.
Especially if the bar is stocked.
Yeah.
So what, like Tony Stark is about to send a jet to pick up Steve?
Could happen.
I was thinking like old James Bondy, I could drink a martini on the way there.
That's what I want, a drunk mechanic.
yeah, this thing's fine. Just keep riding it. Be a man.
Well, you get the bomber curve with mechanics. You need enough beer to make it so you don't mind when you smash your knuckles on something, but at the same time you don't want to be too drunk that you put the wrong bolt in or you cross-thread the fucker.
Or you forget to tighten it down, like, because swore I tightened that bolt on.
Oh yeah, or like you forget to put your oil filler cap in. I've heard from a friend, not me.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly.
I understand. Forget to put the oil filter on tight. Wonder why your bike's leaking. I understand. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that if you leave the oil filler cap off of a regular like Japanese 4-cylinder engine and you set it on top of the engine behind the cylinders, there's a sufficient slipstream behind the cylinders that it'll still be there after 10 miles.
That is impressive.
And the pant leg is covered with oil.
That's probably a feature.
And you can't figure out why.
They may have engineered that in there. Like they know we're going to do.
There was like a little Japanese engineer designer somewhere. Oh, we put this here. Round eye, kind of dumb.
I always had this theory. They're like, haha, they'll never get their fat fingers in here. Huh?
And angry emails.
Now.
Send it on. Bring it on, man. I'll read them and delete them. I don't care.
So we talked about the bikes you have now, and you mentioned Ducatis in your future. Which Ducatis are you watching for? Are you just waiting to bottom feed something up?
A little bit of both, like a 90s 750 SS or 900 SS. I saw Craig Rodsmith did this beautiful cafe one, so I'm just going to take his ideas and build one of my own based on his creative brilliance.
Why not?
Yeah,
go for it.
I mean, I'll give him credit. Be honest.
Well, have you considered maybe taking it and just like half-assing it into a not very cool bobber and then trying to sell it for triple its actual value on Craigslist or something?
I think that market's already pretty
saturated
out or gnashed out.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of Japanese bobbers. We'll use air quotes for that.
See, front brake removed. So do you see a few of those passing through of people with big dreams that are either impractical or just a bad idea? Do you kind of try to steer them away?
I don't steer anybody away from anything. If you want, unless I think it's like really unsafe, if you want to do it, hey, go for it. Who am I to tell you wrong? Mm-hmm. But there is a whole shelf of frames I can see from here of unfinished bobbers and projects and cafe bikes. And
yes.
So, somebody's dreams died somewhere. But maybe if you took a class, your dream might have died.
Okay. So as a parting note, let's say one of our listeners is looking for an old bike to fix up. What are like the 3 bikes that they need to be on the hunt for? I'm going to go on availability of parts. Okay.
And easy to work on here. Right. Number 1, the Sportster, the Evos, the 85 and up or 86 and up Harley Sportsters. They are everywhere. They're cheap. The parts are abundant for them. They're easy to work on. They're really a good platform. Old Hondas, the inline 4-cylinders, the CB550s, CB750s, those are always good platforms. They're easy to work on. The carbs are easy to service. They're bulletproof designs. And number 3, just because I'm a Kawasaki guy, we're going to throw the GPZs in there. I think they're kind of an underutilized, or maybe that's just, I think more people should fix up GPZs. They were cool bikes.
Pace is going, yeah, give me 2.
I'd say those are probably the big 3 for me. I would say, really probably the Harleys and Hondas, and then from there, just any of the old Japanese bikes. They were pretty good. For anybody that's new to it, I'd say stay away from 2-strokes. And if you're new to working on bikes, you probably want to steer away from anything from the 60s. Yeah. But other than that, go for it. Yeah.
How easy is it to work on bikes that are like only a couple of years old from brands like BMW or KTM?
Once you take all the covers off, it's really not any more challenging. Sometimes it's easier because the bolts come out. That is so nice. I had a 7-speed triple for a while. I mean, it was tight. It's there's definitely more wiring harness in there. There's not as much wiggle room in there, but I really don't think they're any really more challenging. They aren't quite as, you're with the fuel injection, you're looking more of a laptop to fix it at times, or you're troubleshooting out the sensors and the ECUs, which is doable, versus old carburetors were screwdrivers and hammers, and dental picks.
Okay. Because I'm thinking of newer cars that are, they make it impossible for you to work on at home almost. Mm-hmm. I could see somebody like BMW or even Triumph doing
trying
that.
To pull that.
Triumph's got they've got some little tight, cramped in stuff. BMW just doesn't change anything. They're still using the Boxster design,
Does the job. It's good. Teutonic engineering.
It's good. It works, y'all.
All right, Steve. So where can people check you out if they're interested in what you're doing?
Obviously Facebook /Noble Moto. On Instagram at Noble_Moto. By the way, Noble is spelled Knoble. Looks like Canable. And of course, my website, www.noblemoto.com.
Canablemoto.com.
Canable.
Canable.
Are you going to AIM Expo this year?
It's on the radar. I don't know yet. I was actually just talking to Brian about it tonight.
Yeah, because it's going to be your way. So
there's a good chance of it. We'll see what's going on.
Cool. Rocket. Steve, thanks so much for being on with us tonight.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been great.
If there was a
Cool.
community garage around here, I would totally consider doing something like that.
I could see the wheels turning in your head.
Well, it's kind of combining a couple of things I like, which is teaching, because I really do love the teaching. Like, I don't do it because it's making me rich. I do it because I love it.
Right.
And it's just cool. Like that moment when you see the lights go on in the student's head is just like.
How about when the finger comes up and points at you?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, how was your experience as a student last weekend, Chuck? We went to the ultimate bike bonding course last weekend, where Chuck rode his GS and I rode all the things.
Yep.
Mostly Sarah's bike.
It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I only dropped the bike once.
Yeah. Fortunately, when the GS goes over, it doesn't go very far.
It did not.
Dink. Well, all right. I'll just pick this up then, I guess.
It was hard.
Yeah.
It was a lot hard, but I do feel a lot more confident on the bike.
That's good. That's kind of the point, after all. What was the part that for you was the big, like, oops, turns out I did need to improve it, thing X?
Turning right.
Yeah? Just that specifically. Fuck this direction specifically.
Well, yeah, because there's when we ride Cottonwood, there's that one right decreasing radius turn.
Yep.
Scares the shit out of me every single time.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that right turn is kind of my kryptonite. But I got to work on it a lot at the bike bonding course. So I feel a lot better about right turns.
Cool. Well, that's good.
This is the second time you've done it.
The second time actually the third time I've done it.
Okay, third time.
This is the second time I've done it without the Stroms. The first time I did it with the Strom, and everybody's like struggling all over it. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Because like this doesn't seem that bad. And the problem, of course, even by then the Strom was like an extension of my ass. Like it was just basically a bike-shaped ass extension. I do whatever with it. But even then, you still find you're like, oh, I'm bad at this direction. I need to get better at this throttle.
Right.
So this time I rode a bunch of different bikes. I rode the shit out of Sarah's Ducati Scrambler.
Yep.
Oh my God, that is a cool bike. That is so much fun.
Yeah.
That's the first Ducati I've been on where I'm like I rode Charlie's
multi,
and I was like, this is pretty cool. It's like a wicked fast, kind of like upright tour kind of thing. But I was like, it's not awesome enough. I'd pay the premium for it.
But the Scrambler
was great. I mean, it was so cool.
Really?
Well, it's like light and it's just fun as shit. The engine's got great response. Cool sound. It's got these just the big fucking like stupidly wide bars like I'm discovering I just like. And man, that thing's just a hoot to ride. And just super fun. Yeah. I would enjoy one of those. I mean, again, it's not practical for me right now, but like that was a fun bike.
I think the exercise I had the hardest time with was the one I dropped the bike on. Yeah. The burger.
Oh, yeah.
Figure 8 kind of thing.
Yeah. Later on, there's a bit where there's a kind of funny T-shaped thing you go through, and then you go into the burger where you do the really tight figure 8.
Yeah. That one was tough.
So I did the burger really well twice, and then twice really badly, because I was on Sarah's bike. And so one of the funny things about Sarah's bike, the Ducati Scrambler, is the lock to the left is like where I'd think of as like a normal lock to the left.
Okay.
The lock to the right is about 10 degrees less than that.
Oh.
That's why Dale wouldn't ride it. He's like, no, I ain't fucking doing that.
Oh.
Yeah. So you do the left turn, you're like, yeah. You go to the right, you're like, oh shit. Oh God. I'm going around the cones. I'm like, it won't go. And Claire's just laughing his ass off at me at this point.
Claire kept shouting at me.
Yeah.
He was like, you're my hero. You're doing so good.
Yay.
And that's when I fell.
Clonk. Never mind.
Yeah.
Disregard previous.
Because I was distracted. I was trying to think of something mean back to say to him.
Yeah. Remember, a second of distraction on a motorcycle can be fatal.
And there was the part where I almost set my bike on fire. That was cool.
Yeah. The first exercise, Chuck's clutch was so Bernie smelled.
Yeah.
Both of us were having clutch issues that day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because yours was kind of...
My scooter is making all of the noises that are like the, hello, I'm a liter engine and you're about to be without clutch. Best you service the driveline.
Good luck with that. But no, I love the class. It was cool. I'll take it next year.
Awesome. Awesome.
I got over my anxieties.
Good. Once you figured out that all of the real bullshitting was really us bullshitting at one another.
Oh no, Jason had some bullshit for me.
Okay, all right. Well, a little bullshit for you, so you don't feel left out.
I remember after the second or third exercise, he was like, "You're parking wrong, right?" What do you mean? Park on the fucking tees.
Well, that was one thing I had to remind everybody a few times because they're all like everybody there teaches classes all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And so dumb shit stuff like park on the tees, what the hand signals mean. Sarah skipped all that part of the briefing.
Yeah.
Because we all know that.
Was I the only one not a teacher?
I think there was one other.
Okay.
But yeah, it was not that many.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. There was the one guy riding the geezer glide.
Oh my God.
Every time.
Retired motor cop guy. Oh, but he was amazing.
He was incredible. He ended up with he had to have had a half-inch less floorboard after that class every single damn time.
He just made everything look so easy on that thing.
He's incredible.
There was those the one exercise where you go out, you go through a turn, go out, do another turn, come back, go through the cones.
Yeah, the little tight cones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was tough, but he was just sailing through it like nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a few. I love doing classes of any kind because inevitably you go to a class and you're like, yeah, I pretty well have this locked, and then you see someone else, you're like, oh my God, I suck.
Yeah.
Wow, do I suck?
That guy was epic.
Yeah. There's some good riders. I used the Vespa on a few exercises.
I saw that,
which was good because it was actually really good because I had to get used to kind of how the clutch kicks in,
mm-hmm.
which of course will be absolutely different when I rebuild the fucker. But yeah, it built a little empathy for me for scooter riders when they're taking the BRC. I knew it was different and there were different things to get.
Yeah.
But just, for the way a scooter responds is different. And when you get into those really tight leans where you have to lean it over,
mm-hmm.
you don't realize how much you miss having something to hold on to with your legs.
Something to straddle.
Yeah, there's nothing to
Do you feel like you're falling off?
Yeah, every goddamn time.
Yeah.
That thing tips past a certain thing and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to fall. Oh my God. So yeah, it's weird. It's a strange thing.
Yeah.
So that was weird. And then of course, in order to upgrade the experience, I also was like, okay, I'm not good enough on the throttle as I could be. So it's time to up the ante. So I did a couple of the exercises while holding my coffee in my left hand.
Yeah, I saw that. That was amazing.
Well, I tell you what though, if you want to get good at your throttle, that's the way to do it. That will tell you if you're putting weight on your hands. Like we used to have an exercise in the ERC. It was right at the beginning where you did just a simple cone weave.
Mm-hmm.
And then we say, if you're feeling comfortable, try taking your left hand off the bars while you do this.
Oh, okay.
Which, a lot of people were like, oh God. Other people were like, okay, no big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were holding the coffee because it was just too easy on a scooter.
There was that too. With two hands, it was too easy. But if it's too easy, you don't improve.
Right.
You got to do something to force yourself to be better or smoother at one of those basic inputs.
And plus, you can radiate smugness a lot easier while holding a coffee.
Hello. Sip. Oh wait, I'm in a full face helmet. This has all gone wrong. It's in my lap.
Good thing I'm wearing a stitch.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was the other thing. I spent the whole day in my stitch, and I was pretty pleased with that.
Yeah,
it was goddamn cold up there.
A little brisk.
Let me tell you though, the Vespa will hit 65. But on the way up with the headwind, I was not hitting 65. I was ducking down as low as I could get.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad to ride back.
Yeah, with cool. The tailwind, I was doing great.
Yeah, it was fun.
So,
we should mention that we have a Facebook group page now.
Yes, we do.
In addition to the show page.
Yeah, it's been quite chatty actually.
Yeah, which is what we wanted.
Yeah, that was
because it was the show page segregates visitor posts. And
it kind of puts them off into the weird visitor ghetto.
People don't see them,
which sucks because sometimes listeners bring us some of our coolest material that we would never have heard about without them.
Right. And this, but the group page, it works great. Yeah. We can all just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You can see what we're really like behind the scenes.
You can bullshit with other Wheelnerds listeners who it turns out you'll have something in common with.
Spoilers, I mostly talk in memes.
That's fair.
We have a lot of mail.
We do. We got one from Ted. Ted writes, I like your podcast approach at a movie a la MST3K. Sadly, your thoughtless actions has now prompted your 12 listeners to actually want to see this wretched vomit-inducing movie now. Good job. Damn you all to hell. I think Ted's saying he doesn't like Burnout.
That's weird.
I'm shocked.
That
Who
couldn't see that coming.
Who doesn't like Burnout? They can't see us raising our hands.
Do we have enough paper to write down that list?
Well, yeah, we're glad you enjoy it. We enjoy doing this.
We got a series of emails over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, they all came from a guy named James.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one, I know it won't happen, but I can try. I'm coming back home after spending the week at Deals Gap, and it's 1,000 miles on the highway in my car.
With my motorcycle stuffed into the minivan next to me.
Yep. He sent us a picture of that. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I've run out of episodes to listen to. I'm about to start over again with episode 1.
Dun, dun, dun.
Help me, Chuck and Todd. You're my only hope. It's not like Chris and James will ever do another episode again. Take that, the pace. I haven't said that in a while.
Mm-hmm.
A little while later.
Part 2. Congratulations, assholes. I'm already up to episode 5. I remember somewhere around episode 125, Todd says do not listen to the first 10 episodes. I didn't heed that advice. To make myself feel better, I realized at this point in the series, Chuck is just turning 40, and Todd is giving him all kinds of shit about it. In real life today, Todd is about to turn 40. I feel better now. Hey, Todd, I just passed a mile marker on the highway. It said 40. Go Team Chuck.
And then he sent us another email saying he had gotten back.
In one piece.
In one piece.
With most of his sanity intact.
Yeah. I felt bad. I actually started trying to get an episode pushed out, but I had my daughter, so she kept like distracting me.
Yeah, there's no editing with the distraction.
It's hard. Yeah. And, because she kept wanting to play Splatoon 2. That's our the
current,
father-daughter
current game. Yeah.
So sorry, James, but I'm glad you made it.
Glad you got to listen to the old back catalog.
I kind of want to go back and listen to episode 1 because I haven't heard it in 10 years.
Episode 1 was remarkably solid, actually.
Yeah.
Like you
I remember feeling good about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Episode 2, I felt really good about. Bits I remember.
Yeah, we felt really good about it because
we were super drunk. And somewhere in the
thought we could build a show like that.
Somewhere in the early episodes, though, is some of the real keepers like Dead Buell Point.
Oh yeah,
Dead Buell Point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at you. You're the one that's going to have a futuristic fuel.
I'd be like, Chuck, what? Bring me a battery. How big? Real fucking big.
Go to my house, get my spare, bring it here.
Yes. I also need a solar panel. How much?
Yes.
About a square acre. Aren't acres already square? Questions.
I'll get right on that. Click.
Quick, charge it. It's getting dark.
I'm working on it. Almost there. Keep yelling. What have you learned, Todd?
I've learned that if I break down, I probably shouldn't call you for help again. But I will anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why the record of you calling me for help. I've always been very helpful.
Yes. Well, that's part of the tacit agreement, isn't it?
Yeah.
We will both pick each other up and then make fun of each other.
Yeah, that's what the show is for.
What have you learned, Chuck?
I've learned you're gonna have a fuel.
Yes.
You're gonna have a
yes.
And I won't.
I'll let you ride it.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
You'll let me touch it?
Ish.
For real?
I'll take a picture of it and I'll let you touch the picture.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Well, that's what we got time for this week. Until next time, I'm Todd.
Bye. You can contact us at wheelnerds@gmail.com or leave us a message at area code 801-917-4136.
Record an intro for our show of you and your bike, and maybe it'll be on a future show.
Stickers and other merchandise is available at our website, www.wheelnerds.com.
If you use iTunes or Stitcher, please leave a review for us. Hell, write our URL on bathroom walls if it helps.
If you like this podcast, you can find more like it at Wheelnerds.com. This has been a Wheelnerds production, all rights reserved. Readings from other sources are the property of their respective owners and are used with satirical intent.
Yes, sound check. Todd hitting elbow on desk. My favorite sound check. The hair looks pretty good, actually.
Thank you.